Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace and I'm back with another video. And if you are ready to manifest that thing that is hard or not working for you, you're going to want to follow these 5 steps. It's very simple. What I have noticed in my 15 almost years of manifesting, maybe it's more like 10. But what I've noticed in those years of manifesting is that the shifts that it takes to manifest what you want are most of the time subtle shifts. They're not like, oh, I'm doing the technique wrong or whatever you think it is. It's really subtle things. So I'm going to give you 5 steps to manifest that hard thing. I'm intending and knowing that you're going to experience a shift while you're on the video. This happens all the time with my videos. So just let that be, let it happen for you. Okay. I am a coach. I do have ways that I can help you in the description, as well as a Black Friday flash sale going on. You can check all of that out in the description. I'm going to just go ahead and jump into the video for you guys. Okay. All right. So number 1 is always number 1. Know that you are God. All right. Know that you are God. And if you are saying, well, I already know that and I already do that and it's still not working, you're not hearing what I'm saying. Okay. You're not hearing what I'm saying. I want you to bring to mind this thing that is hard and really think, if I were God, not if I was a human that was pretending to know that they're God, not if I was a human that's trying to be God, but it's so hard for me, but what if I really was? How would I look at this thing? Different. What would you be expecting? How would you be expecting it to work out for you? Would you be expecting it to be a process that takes weeks or months, or would you expect it to be instant? Would you expect that even if you have been showing up as a stuck version or a struggling version, would you expect that you had to be like that? Or would you understand that, dang, that must have been a limitation that I put on myself? Okay. Knowing that you are God, knowing that you are the being you. So you are not the character. You're not the version of you that you're showing up as in any given moment. You are simply being that version, being really everything, but you are right now focused in being this version of you. Okay. So you're not the version. You're not the character. You're not the role. You're the selector of the role. Okay. You're selector of the role. So what role will you select next? Which brings us to number 2, which is the identity. Okay. What is the identity matching the desire? This is what people would call self-concepts, subconscious beliefs, and all these things. But let me just put it to you straight. Okay. Let's say you're manifesting money. So you're doing all the things, right? You're listening to the subliminals. You're listening to the affirmations. You're doing all the things that you have to do to manifest money. But your identity, what you truly believe, what your identity is manifesting money is hard for me. Manifesting money never works for me. Money is just something that's hard to come by. I'm just not good at manifesting money. If that is your identity, it truly doesn't matter what you're doing. In fact, all you're doing is confirming that it's very hard. For someone who manifesting money is easy for, do you think that they spend all day doing techniques? No. For someone who manifesting money is easy for, they do a little whatever, 1, 2, or really maybe even nothing, and it just manifests for them. And that's how they expect it to go. Whereas someone who believes that manifesting money is really hard and it never works actually is believing it makes sense for that version of them to have the experience of trying and getting nothing or little to nothing. It makes sense with the version that you are, right? So that's the identity. So I want you to think about your desire. And without this desire, who do you believe that you are? I'm just not good at this, right? What is the current story about self in relevance to the desire? Just not good at this. This just doesn't work for me. Manifesting an SP is hard. Now I want you to think, if I had this, who would I be? What is the identity shift? Because everything you're looking for is an inner experience, right? You're looking for an inner experience. So if you had this, who would it give you permission to be? Okay. So if I had the money, then that would mean that I was abundant. That would mean that I was good at manifesting money. I know what I'm doing. That would mean that I'm successful. If I had the SP, that would mean that I was loved. That would mean that I'm chosen. That would mean that I'm wanted. Okay, great. So if that's what you're choosing, if that's what it would mean, then that's what you're going to decide who you are, you guys. Okay, really quick. You're not making a change in the 3D. You're making a change in yourself. And the change in yourself is shifting you to a reality where 3D is different. So there's nothing for you to fight in 3D. You're shifting yourself to a reality where 3D is already different, okay? And you're doing that with your identity. So you now believing manifesting money is so easy for me. I manifest money every single day, large sums of money every single day. You deciding that manifesting money is just the easiest thing I've ever done is going to give you a different experience, okay? If I had this, who would I be? If I had my SP, if we were in a relationship, I would feel chosen, I would feel wanted, I would feel important, I would feel special. Decide that's who you are now. What if I was, right? What if it was really easy, right? Starting from number one, what if it was really easy? What if I am God, right? Which means everything's easy for me. And what if it was easy for me to manifest money or manifest SPs or manifest health or manifest physical appearance or manifest anything? What if it was easy for me? What if I was the version of me that it's easy for? Next, number 3, there's no time, so make it be now, okay? There's no time, so make it be now, all right? So you are selecting that I am this version now. And this is, like I said, a very subtle thing. Because a lot of us in the law of assumption are saying things, it's mine now, I have it now. But your awareness behind that, right? What you truly believe deep down is I don't have it now and I'm saying this until I actually get it, right? Let go of the process. Let go of thinking that things take time. That's why things take time. Things take time because you think they take time, okay? Let go of the process of things taking time, okay? Know that there's no time, there's only now. That automatically, you guys, this is like one of the most liberating things you can do for yourself as a manifester is understand that all is now. So there's nothing you're becoming. There's nothing that you have to fix. There's nothing that you're actually even doing wrong. All versions of you are existing in the now. And so you're just selecting, I'm this one now. Move into the expectation of being that version now. When you really accept something, and all of this is being done internally, when you really accept, like I want you all right now to just sit, if you can close your eyes, and just sit and think, what if I really was the version of myself that gets everything she wants or he wants? Just that simple assumption. What if I really, instead of me thinking, yeah, okay, I can affirm and become that version, or I just need to do a 21-day challenge to be that version. What if I just decided in this moment right now, I am the version that always gets what they want? How are you looking at what you think, what you want? Different. If you accept it as true, okay? This is what an assumption is. You're accepting something as true with no proof. All right? Let go of the process and choose it now. This is what I'm choosing to be true now. All right? All right, number 4, revise. Okay? I've always been this version. I've always had this thing. It's always been like this for me. All right? Most of the time, you guys, we are revising kind of in the opposite way, like in the way that's like us not getting what we want. Well, manifesting money has always been hard for me. Manifesting people has always been hard for me. Manifesting love has always been hard for me. Love has always been hard. Money's always been lacking. You're telling this story and it's anchoring you in. It's being supported by your memories, right? Of every day that you wake up. Before you even go to your day, you guys, tell me if I'm lying. Before you even go into your day, you've already decided how it's probably going to unfold. You're not expecting to get your desire. You're expecting it to continue to unfold how it's been unfolding. And it does. Okay? Revise that you've always had this thing. This bridges the gap of here I am, not who I want to be. And I somehow have to get over here to where who I want to be is. I somehow have to get to this reality where who I want to be is. And me as the same old self is going to come over to this new reality where what I want is. No. Instead of all of that, you are revising and choosing. I've always been like this. It's always been like this. Therefore, there's nothing for me to become. It helps you to immerse yourself into the identity instead of immersing yourself into how do I become this, or what do I got to do, or how long is it going to take? No, I've always been like this. Once again, ask yourself, what if that were true? What if it had always been like this for me? What if I was always good? What if I resaw those moments when I was trying to manifest money and I manifested it easier? In fact, I got double what I wanted. What would I really be thinking about my goal right now? Okay. Revise. I've always been like this. It's always been like that. I'll put a revision video or playlist up here for you guys, okay? Number 5, last but not least, leave the 3D alone, okay? Leave the 3D alone. Stop trying to fight the shadow. Really, this sort of should have been number 1, but the problem you're having, if you're manifesting something and it's hard and it's not working, is because you are identified with the 3D. There is no not working. It already worked. It already happened. But where are you conscious of being? Where is your consciousness at? If your consciousness is in, it never works for me, that reality has to prove itself to you, and it won't work for you. And it's not supposed to work for the version who it never works for. You have to decide that you're the version that it always works for. And for that version, it always works for them. But what happens is you are deciding that I'm the version that it never works for. And I'm going to do all these techniques and different things to get it to work for me. And you're so frustrated because you're like, it's still not working, because that's who you believe. That's who you believe that you are. Okay? Stop fighting the 3D, you guys. The 3D has no power over you except the power that you continuously give it, the identification that you continuously give it. At some point, I was just saying this in the live, you have to stop ping-ponging. You ping pong, I'm not getting what I want. 3D's like, cool, you're not. And you're like, see, I'm not getting what I want. And 3D's like, yep, you're not. At some point, you have to break that little game, okay? You have to understand that the version that's not getting what they want isn't supposed to get what they want, because they're in the reality where they don't get what they want. In the one out of infinity realities where you don't get what you want. You are putting your attention and your proclamation and your identification on the version who always gets what they want. That version has different beliefs, different assumptions, different 3D experiences, and a different reality that they're living in. Okay? Leave the 3D alone. And I already know, right? There's always that person, well, how am I supposed to do that when this is going on? Just do it or don't. If you want it to change, you have to find out a way. It's not like when I say leave the 3D alone, you guys, I don't mean pretend that it's not going on or act blind to or whatever. I mean, go to your control center and choose what's going on, regardless of what you see. All right, so let's run through it again. Know that you're God. Know that you are the chooser of the identity. You're the chooser of the experience, not the experience itself, not the identity itself, not the role itself. You are choosing the version of yourself, okay? You're choosing. Then your identity, you're going to see what identity matches the desire, and you're going to choose that identity. If I had this thing, what would that mean about me? That's how you find out. What's the identity? If I had this thing, what would it mean about me? You're going to decide that that's who you are now, okay? There's no time. You're going to let go of this idea of a process like, oh, well, yeah, I have to do this and then have to make, do this for a few months and then hopefully I'll get it. No, it's done now. Keep saying it's done now, okay? There's no time. There's only now. 4, revise. It's actually always been like this. That's going to remove the process. It's going to remove the gap. It's going to remove the trying to get over here. It's always been like this. I've always been like that. This version of me has always been like that. And what if that were true? Once you ask yourself, what if that were true? Your brain is going to give you images, feelings, thoughts, assumptions that match that truth. Okay? And number 5, you're going to leave the 3D alone. You're going to stop looking to the 3D to determine who you are. You're going to stop trying to move around things in the 3D. You're just going to decide who you are and persist in that. Decide who you've always been and allow the 3D to reflect you like it always does. Okay? All right. So I'm intending that this prospers you immensely. I'm absolutely sure that it has. I'd love to hear your success stories or your experience from listening to this video. But other than that, I'm sending you all infinite love, and I will see you guys in a video soon.